Hey everybody, it is Sunday night and I was about to go to bed and then I realized I hadn't posted my video for today. So today is day 3 and the reason I'm doing videos every day is to really keep myself accountable. Now I can't remember if I stated this feeling that I had yesterday or not, but I woke up, feeling a little bit of doubt and, questioning what I was doing, and this was just coming down from those amazing feelings I had with my breakthrough. And I wanted to make sure that I do these videos because it's going to force me to really step it up and do the thing that challenges me the most. So today was one of those challenging days. It really was a hard day in the simplest of ways, really. I went to bed super late last night, and some of it was just waiting for my daughter to fall asleep, who is a little night owl herself. She inherits it from both of us, but it's, something that we've definitely gotten really lax on during the quarantine and, with this full-time homeschooling because she's not attending a school, so there's no classes to get to in the morning, and I really love my morning time and my morning rituals. And so we let her just stay up, not till outrageous hours, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem to matter if we try to get her to bed early or if we wait a little longer. She always falls asleep around the same time, which is really late. And so I stayed up, and I seem to have stayed up even after she fell asleep. And part of it was I was on a roll with writing, and then some of it was just me just dilly-dallying and like checking the internet and really wasting my time. And so when I got to bed, I, just was a little bit more fried than I would have liked to be. It's not the way I like to go to bed. And I decided to let myself sleep in. And again, it's like, when you throw yourself off, all these little things start to compound. So I decided to sleep in. Now, my daughter typically runs to our room in the middle of the night and then comes and sleeps with us. And this time she slept through the night and she didn't wake up until about like 6:30 in the morning, and she comes running into our room at that point, but she couldn't fall back asleep. And she's up at like 7 something. Now, this is a girl who typically sleeps until like 9:30. And so, it's like 2 hours earlier. And I had given myself that time to sleep in. And so, I get up at like 5:30, or if I'm really being, like good to myself in that sense of like, oh, I don't have to get up super early, I'll get up at 6:30. So because she came in at 6:30, I didn't, she didn't fall back asleep. And she really is a super cuddler, and like her cuddles are like healing medicine. I didn't want to get out of bed. So I, was there with her and we were having a wonderful time. But then we get into a little bit of an argument, as often happens with her, because she really does have this resistance to me in some ways, and she's really easily triggered and very, very emotional and very, very sensitive. And sometimes I don't know what her triggers are. Sometimes I can't really, sometimes she's going to have to, figure out how to handle her emotions around certain things. We talk a lot about it, but, sometimes it's just hard with mom. And we, things just were a little more challenging. We work through it. Everything is fine. But because I'd gotten out of bed and my husband had, gotten up earlier and was doing his thing, I just didn't have my morning practice. And by not having my morning practice, it really, really throws my day off. I mean, usually I can at least sneak in 5 minutes. I couldn't do anything, and it just really felt off. And I do my routine of like drinking my water and then drinking my juice, which is like a vegetable juice that, I have on my day 1 video. And because I didn't have as much space between those things, because usually I drink my water, do my practice, then have my juice, and then I give myself a little time, and then I can have something to eat. It just, I don't know, I think like my stomach wasn't feeling like it was being nourished. I think it was just being this kind of like hole that would like accept whatever food. And so after my juice, I'm making my daughter breakfast, and I don't know. I guess I still feel hungry at this point because I'm not feeling nourished because I have missed my morning meditation. So I eat my breakfast, which is a beautiful savory oatmeal, with black seeds and chia and pumpkin seeds and walnuts, and it's super good, super nutritious, but it doesn't feel that way today. And I just find myself being an emotional, and it's not that I'm carrying emotions in my body, but like I'm not in my body because there's something just holding me back. And so the rest of the day is a lot like that. We, do lots of things together, and there are some strong emotions, really, really strong emotions that happened later that day. And it ended up in, with my daughter, being her resistant self, which can change the world. She is going to change the world with her strength and her power, but it is hard to parent. And it's, sometimes for the most unnecessary things. And, it's trying to teach her how to use the superpower for good. And she's learning, and she sees it, and she's so conscious, and she witnesses it. But there is some deep healing in her that she carries, whether it's from ancestry or past lifetimes, or I don't know what it is, but she recognizes it. She can see this thing rising in her, and she doesn't know what to do about it or how to handle it. And, we're trying to work through things, but she has a hard time with it. And, it can really set things off. And I don't know what happened, but today my husband decided to get involved and made things worse. And now I'm fighting with him, and he's fighting with me, and we're fighting. She's feeling bad because she feels like she started this whole thing. And I go my way, he goes his way. She's just kind of like, oh my God, what have I done? And I just needed a break. That was all I was leaving for, because I just needed to like get my calm, get my sense of peace. And, I'll go back to her to talk to her. And he's angry that I'm talking to her. And finally, he leaves me alone. And she and I work things out. And she's understanding, she's not the cause of all our problems and things like that. But there are things that, she can do to just reduce the stress level in certain moments. And we work a lot of things out, and things are better, but at this time I don't know, I'm fried, and I can see myself just wanting to be comforted. And the way I eat is really healthy. I eat a lot of vegetables, and like I'm minimal with the processed foods, but like if I do eat processed foods, they're good processed foods. The best that, we can do. I mean, I'm very lucky to live in Los Angeles with access to almost everything and anything, but they're still processed, and they're not alive, and, they're devoid of nutrition. And so I'm just like reaching for these things. And anyway, so, it's really interesting to like observe myself as I'm doing it, to, just see myself feel my body and know that my body is, not happy physically with the choices that I'm making, but it's like the emotional part of it and the ego part of it that says, you've had a hard day, you're allowed to do this. That part of me is really in control during those times. And I'm witnessing all of this, and I can make that conscious choice to stop it. But I don't want to be from this place of like forced willpower. Not right now, at least. I don't believe in like exerting willpower all the time, because it's exhausting. It exhausts us, and when we're exhausted, willpower will fail in a decision tree. And I can explain a decision tree another time because this is a long enough video. But willpower is not the way to go. I want this to be an integrated feeling in my body. I want to be able to feel these microbes. I want to be able to feel my body talking to me and telling me what it needs and what it doesn't need. And I am stopping because I no longer want that thing. I mean, my diet is so good right now because I took that kind of approach to make this happen. It's not that I became vegan because I decided that that's what's going to happen. I integrated it into my body that I can actually look. I mean, I haven't been vegan that long. I've been vegetarian for over 20 years and flirting with veganism for a very long time, but officially vegan only, whatever, like 6 months now, maybe even less. And it's just like, immediately, oh yeah, definitely less than that. My God, time is just collapsing. I have no sense of time. I've only been vegan for like maybe 3 or 4 months now. But like, it feels like it's been a lifetime of being vegan. Like, I look at this food and I'm like, how the hell did I ever eat that? And there's nothing, I don't want to like judge anybody for eating it. It's just my body is saying this to me. Like, it just does not want it. And like, I don't even crave it. Like, it's crazy. I'm not craving pizza. I see pizza. I see really good pizza. Now that, if anybody who knows what kind of pizza aficionado I am, this is serious stuff when I say that I am not craving pizza when I see it. I just like the thought of that cheese, the thought of, just that, oh, yeah, no. So this is massive for me to come to this point, and I want that to be the way I feel about the choices I make for all foods versus saying this is what I have to do. So I'm giving myself that grace, that compassion to go about this in the way that I want to. I don't have to, like throw myself into something so that I swing to the other side and then no progress is made, because it's just, it's like watching the political parties in the United States battle, going from one side to the other, and there's nothing being done. So anyway, I'm being compassionate with myself, and I'm using these video logs to stay accountable and to remember my journey. And, whether no one watches or this is just for my own sake, or maybe somebody is watching and it's helping you, they'll serve the purpose they need. And so just be compassionate to yourself in your journey to your health. There's nothing that is wrong if you're eating red meat and drinking a ton and doing whatever. I mean, I've been there. I was there at one point in my life, eating hamburgers, drinking lots, and and it's our journey, and we are where we need to be. And I can feel my body asking for, I can feel my gut, I can feel my microbiome, my gut that's talking to me, asking for a day off of food and asking for more water. So tomorrow I am going to drink a lot of liquids, and I'm going to give my body a break from digestion so that it can heal itself. And we can talk a little bit more about that and what that means. So thanks for watching, and I wish you well on your journey of health. Be compassionate to yourself, be loving to yourself, and do what your body is asking for. Bye.